Alright, what's going on, guys? We're back with The Gentleman's Look. Once again, my name is Devon Darby, and yes, I know, it's been quite a while since I made a video. Life did get kind of busy for me, but another issue that I struggle with is, I'm gonna be honest with you, with everything going on in the world, and trying to be very considerate of everyone's mindset and what they're going through. I didn't know if it was good to speak about style and fashion and all these different things when I'm sure that other people have much bigger things on their plate. But I had to remind myself that this is not a channel that is just about style and fashion, but you talk about being a gentleman, your mindset, your spirituality, all of the things that kind of help navigate, through this muddy times. It's a lot going on in the world right now, bigger than just economic issues. In my mindset, in my mind, it's definitely spiritual warfare. It's definitely spiritual warfare. But none of us know what's to come or what can happen from all of these things. But how we move and our mindset and how we carry ourselves is definitely going to play a big factor in how we deal with things and how we are affected by things. All right. So this video will be, nothing different. We're still going to speak about, style. As you can see, I have these sneakers lined up in front of me. We're going to speak about some summer sneakers, white sneakers that I feel that everybody should, consider for their wardrobe during the hotter season. And we also want to touch on some of the basic gentleman things that we, always discuss, and how we can perfect some of these things. All right. So again, if you like this type of channel where we speak about, being a gentleman and everything that falls under that umbrella and style, then please subscribe, and you'll be able to see some of the other videos that I've made previously that kind of can help groom you into becoming, a better gentleman. There's been quite some good content made, and I hope you guys can get a chance to see that. All right. So what we have in front of us today is two white sneakers. What I want to discuss today is why every gentleman should have, a couple of white sneakers in their wardrobe for the summertime. Other than it just being a very basic, simple footwear that can go with everything, it does provide a clean and fresh look, or clean and fresh aesthetic to your outfits in the summer, which is exactly what you want to go for when you're dressing for the hotter months. All right. It's very difficult in the summertime to really put together these, fancy outfits, because at the end of the day, you just want to stay cool. All right. In the wintertime and fall, you can layer and, different cardigan sweaters and all type of different fabrics that kind of bring about this more luxurious look. But in the summertime, it's really all about just staying cool. It's cool and clean, and that's what white sneakers do. They provide a cool and clean aesthetic to your ensemble. All right. If you're in the market looking for some white sneakers, I just had two brands that I want to recommend, and maybe just talk a little bit about. One of these brands are one brand that I've been supporting for quite some years now that I love, which is Ecco, or Ecco. I'm not quite sure how they pronounce that one. But the other one that I just recently got put onto within the past, I want to say maybe about 2 months or so, was Greats. All right. So we can just talk about Greats first. Now, I like Great sneakers because they provide a very simplistic look. They're not too fancy on elaborate designs. They kind of get the whole gist of the gentleman's vibe. But one thing I loved about these sneakers is that brown sole, man. That white against a brown sole, it gets me every time. I don't know what it is. It's just that contrast. Because sometimes a plain white sneaker, if it's too bright white and doesn't have like an off-white kind of vibe to it, I usually don't tend to go for it, because I just feel like bright white sneakers, it's just too much for me. I like a little bit of like a chalk white or off-white type of vibe to it. It just kind of keeps the outfit toned down a little bit, in my opinion. But I love this because this is a knit white sneaker. Now, when you think knit, you would think, you know, sweater material. Doesn't that make your feet hot? But no, this is actually breathable. If you hold it up, probably can't see this too well. I'm gonna zoom it in for you. But if you hold it up a little bit, you can kind of see through the material, through the knit material, which allows for a lot of, you know, breathability. So your feet doesn't have so much odor and moisture trapped in there. That's definitely not good for the summertime. All right, so I love this by Greats. If you guys can get a chance, you know, go on the Greats website, Greats, and just check out some of their sneakers. Now their price point is a little bit higher than probably your average white sneaker that you would get from any department store. Probably starting around at $100 and up. But again, like I always spoke to you in my previous videos, when you're buying footwear, you want to try to invest as much as you possibly can. You don't have to go out there and spend $300, $400 on sneakers or shoes. But you want to invest in your feet because you're walking on these bad boys all day, and they support they give a lot of support to your back. So if you have sneakers that are not good and they don't give you much support, you're going to feel it in your back eventually. So you're pretty much like investing in your health when you're buying footwear. Try to get the most quality you can, and it can last you as long as possible. And if you take care of your stuff, you know, that goes for everything. Maybe you could pass it down to somebody that you love, and it will mean something to them, like a sentimental value. You can't do that when you're buying a bunch of cheap things. You know, you can barely pass it down to yourself. All right, but it's called Greats. Again, it's the knit sneaker. I forgot the exact name of this one, but if you go on the website, you look for their knit sneaker version. They kind of have a bunch of different versions of their sneakers. And you'll find this one in different colors, and trust me, it fits like a glove, to be honest. But they do run a little bit narrow, so if you're somebody who has like wide feet, maybe this sneaker might not be best for you. It might not be the greatest. But if your feet is not really that wide, you can get away with it. But they do run narrow. It has like a kind of European type of fit to it. So maybe you might want to size up. You know, I got my regular size, and it fits okay for me. All right. The other brand I want to talk to you about is Ecco brand. Now I love Ecco. Every sneaker or sandal that I have bought from Ecco has always been high quality. The construction of their shoes just lasts a long time, and they got a little bit of weight to it. Sometimes that's what I use to tell, you know, how much quality a shoe has. When it has a little bit of weight to it, that means that most of their materials are like, you know, original, you know, authentic materials, nothing really too synthetic. Because I don't really like too much of a light sneaker. This seems like they didn't put much into it. But this one, it has a little bit of weight to it, but because it has this type of very soft, light textile leather material, it's very breathable. Trust me, it doesn't feel heavy at all. And the bottom has like a little gummy sole with a lot of grip to it. You know, I don't know. It's just their approach to footwear. It just satisfies my liking. I don't know what it is. They have a simplistic approach to fashion, but they seem to always use these materials that I've never seen before, and they're always appropriate for the vision that they have. This is considered a summer sneaker, and it definitely feels like one. It's light, but you can also feel that construction of good materials that they use. Inside, it has like this fabric, you know, material, and the footbed is also soft and leather and cushiony, so it allows you to feel like you have some support and comfort as you're walking. This is from Ecco, E-C-C-O. Again, if you guys want to look on the website and check out some of their things, these are not cheap sneakers. I'm not going to say that they're cheap sneakers, but they're definitely shoes that are priced at a reasonable price for the quality that they give you. All right? So Ecco and Greats. Guys, in the summertime, you definitely want to have, you know, at least 2 or 3 white sneakers. I mean, in the summer, you don't want to worry about struggling to get dressed and finding out what to wear. You know, these are shoes that you can just grab and go. I'm not saying you can't do that with black and blue and gray sneakers, but a white sneaker, trust me, it doesn't matter what you put on. You can just grab these and head out the door. And that's what you want for the summertime. All right, guys? So again, we just discussed, you know, white sneakers for the summer. You gotta have it. You can check out these 2 brands, Ecco and Greats, and let me know what you think in the comments about their sneakers if you decide to purchase one. Or maybe you might already have one. Maybe I'm late to the game and I didn't know about this company. So maybe you can just tell me what you think about their shoes, and hopefully I put you onto something good. All right. On another note, I need everyone out there, please, please, please keep your faith. Again, there's a lot going on in the world, and it's not to say that we might not see more things going on in the world. But God's purpose for everybody is always good, whether it seems, bad at the time or appears to just be not in your favor. Everything that God allows to happen and ordains is always going to be in His children's favor. He never promised that we wouldn't suffer or we wouldn't go through things that can seem fearful, but He does promise us that there's no need to fear. And if He says that, I'm gonna go check that out. I want to see, okay, let me live this lifestyle of not fearing, because maybe there's something to it. After all, He is all wise and knowing. All right, that's just my faith. All right, but if you're struggling out there, anything that you got going on that just makes you feel like, why me, or this world is just coming to an end and I'm diminishing with it, trust and believe, this world is much bigger than you think. It's much deeper than you think. And you're just playing a small role in it. You're just existing. But while you're here, you got to think of yourself as something greater than what you already believe yourself to be. You're made in God's image. You're made in God's image. And God is great. And there's nothing different about you. You're great as well. You have to understand that if a lot of negativity is being placed and a lot of wickedness is being placed into the world, it's your duty to add light and positivity and righteousness in the world. You have to combat that. Trust me, you're given a lot of power. You probably just don't know it yet because you're being consumed by all of the worldly things. You gotta live outside of this world. Trust me, you're more than what you think you are. I don't want to talk you guys to death, but I do want to give you some insight on how to be in this world, because trust me, it is becoming more challenging, and it probably will become even more and more challenging. But you are built for this. You're built for this. Don't take this world too personal, guys. Don't take it too personal. Don't let it consume you. You're here with a purpose. Just fulfill it. That's all. Everything else is distractions. I love you guys. I really do. This is The Gentleman's Look. Again, if you like this type of content, please subscribe. Please subscribe, hit the notification tab so that you can be informed of anything that I do going further. And leave comments and let me know more of things that you want to discuss, how you feel about things. I don't take anything too personal, so if you disagree with things that I'm saying, we can talk about it. Come to a medium. And if you're following righteousness, we'll all come into the truth, one day. All right? I love you guys once again. The Gentleman's Look. I'm signing out and sending you off in style. Until next time. Bye-bye.